Hello guys, welcome back to another video of Ion. So today in this video we are going to talk about Aksai Chin. As we all know that Aksai Chin is a disputed region border area between India and China. Currently it is governed by China under the Hotan County of Xinjiang Autonomous Region. As in the screen you can see that this area that I am showing you currently comes under the Aksai Chin, which is currently governed by China, but it is a part of India. So, the thing that first comes to mind is how it went to the hand of China from India. So, this is the exact time of post-independence era of India. I think that will be the time of 1951 when China started to construct this road, this highway, which is called China Highway 219 or G219. I have showed you or marked in this black color. This is that highway that they started to build around 1951 and the project ended around 1957. So they built it in the Aksai Chin area. So I mean, whoever will listen it, first he will think that or she will think that how can they build a road inside the Indian border and they cross the IB and no one knew that? Actually, yeah, it is true that no one knew at that time because this area is full of mountainous ranges, and also at that time there was no BSF and army was not deployed at this region, only ITBP. Maybe you know, let me explain. ITBP means Indo-Tibet Border Police. So Indo-Tibet Border Police used to guard here, but they never went more than half of this area. They never went because those are mountainous, so they thought nothing will happen. Also the government was not so excited about this region because they used to think that no one lives here, this area is not fertile, this is full of salts, so sometimes it's called this land of salts, like this. So when in 19 so when after the construction of this road or the final project time, when China started to show this area as Aksai Chin as the part of Xinjiang Autonomous Region, you can see here Xinjiang Autonomous Region, they showed that this is the part of which county? Hotan County of Xinjiang Autonomous Region. So at that time India started to claim that this is our region and stop saying to the world that this is your. I mean, see that how the government used to work at that time, that they didn't know that a foreign highway was constructing in the Indian land. So after the Indian government knew it, so they started to query about and complain to China, but actually the Nehru government was not so much curious about this land because actually for China this is an important land because this area is mountainous, so they can from here at any time they can invade New Delhi, or from here they can look the whole Middle East. So that's why this has a strategic importance for China. But if Indian ITBP soldiers would have gone crossing these mountainous ranges, then I would have to say that we could have seen a free Aksai Chin today, which comes under Jammu and Kashmir, currently under the Union Territory of Ladakh. So after China conquered Tibet, you can see in this yellow region is Tibet Autonomous Region. Actually it was a free country, but some years ago, after getting freedom, some years after that, China conquered Tibet, and at this time India also have the People's Liberation Army Chinese soldiers and fed them rice to conquer Tibet. I can't understand that how can it be so dumb. The government how can be so dumb that they used to think the Chinese as friend when the when the Indian ambassador to China was acting like a Chinese person. It's like whenever Nehru used to go to China, he never acted as the convoy of Nehru. He always used to act as the convoy of Chinese officials. So after they conquered Tibet, they wanted to highway which can connect Tibet and Xinjiang region, because this area, Tibetan plateau, is full of mountains. That's why it's called, and this area is plain. That's why it's called the roof of world. So from this side, it's nearly impossible to access to Tibet all weatherly. But from this side they can go to Xinjiang and Tibet at any time they want by this road. So this road has an important strategy to China. Now let me show you that for how much area the Indian ITBP used to cover when they used to patrol before the China conquered all this Aksai Chin. So as you can say here, this dot represents points to which Indian patrols had been going up to 1958. So up to 1958 the Indian patrols have used to go to this area, then this area and this area. But after some time they used to stop patrolling this area. That's why all these happened. You see, no one used to go to this area or this. So that's how China took the advantage. They saw that no one is coming here, no one is claiming this land, so if there is free, we can take over this land. So as you can see here, the green line, McDonnell line, 1899, accepted by China until 1959. So this line China used to accept until 1959, when actually the road work ended in 1957. After that, before that, China used to say that this till this green line China, and after that your India starts. But after some years, China and India had a war, and this became line separating India and Chinese forces on 7 September 1962. So, wait, this red line connecting post established by China in 59. So in 1959, because they still see that after China claimed this land, no one went there for patrolling also. So China saw that if no one is coming, let us have some posts here. So China established these posts: Jingjila, Sumado, Dherakompa, Samjungling, Samalalungpa, Konkala, Dambuguru, Khurnak Fort. These are the Karakoram Pass. These are the Chinese posts. So after that, when the fight finished and India lost but China won, so they took over all these lands. And after that, line separating India and China forces on 7 September 1962. These were the line. Then furtherly, China claimed line of 1960, which is reached in 1962. When the war ended, China was currently, at that time, China had owned this much land. This much land. Currently, all this land is under the Chinese occupation. And without this land, I don't think Ladakh is the original Ladakh. So if we want to get back our Aksai Chin, which is represented in red color in this map, actually this red area that I am showing you currently doesn't belong to it. So if we want to get back our Aksai Chin, which is represented as the red color area in this map, we have to conquer this highway G219. If we can conquer G219, then I hope soon we can see a free Tibet, and soon also we can see a free Xinjiang. But for that we have to attack in winter season, because this is the all-weather accessible roads. And actually the fact is, China had given some areas to Pakistan to make permanent bases here in this Aksai Chin region area. So I am not thinking that India will ever plan to conquer these areas. And also let me tell you that in this northern region, Gilgit-Baltistan, the highway that connects Pakistan and China, if we can just have this much land, then the relationship between Pakistan and China will end forever. And if we can have the 100% of Kashmir, then it will be great, because currently at this present time we spend most of our money on security at these regions, at the LOC, line of actual control and line of control. Then also this is our Siachen glacier. So actually China is doing all this so that India will always keep having problems with the boundary issue and they will never develop. But as you can see in this map, see how developed these regions are. See how many highways, they are just like nets. Can you see in India that much highways? I don't think. See the density of the highways in the Chinese region and see the density of the highway in Indian region. If we can have our lands back, then I hope India will have to spend less on defense and more on progress and development. This is for today. See you soon. So if you enjoyed this video, it would be massively appreciated if you can subscribe the channel, and as always my name is Sub and this is Zion. I will catch you in the next video.